Big story this hour has been Bernie Madoff pleading guilty to orchestrating one of the biggest scams in Wall Street history. Right now, he's at a New York City jail. Ultimately, will be sentenced to federal prison. What will be awaiting him there? Larry Levine is with us. He spent 10 years in prison for securities fraud and now advises convicts headed for the big house. Larry, good to see you. You say anger awaits him from the inmates.
Everybody's going to hate Bernie. Let's start at the top, the correctional officers. They got their money invested in pension funds. Their families have their money invested in the stock market. The inmates, their families are losing their jobs, losing their houses. Not to mention, most importantly, they rely on the family members to send them in money into the prison so they can buy things at the commissary, so they can make telephone calls. Well, that money trail is about to dry up if it hasn't.
So you're talking about not just inmates who've been touched by somebody who would have had a relation to Madoff, but you're just saying they're just going to generally be mad because there isn't a lot of money going around these days.
There's not a lot of money, and that money is real important when you're inside. You need money to survive. You can't really survive on what the prison gives you. The money trail dries up, leads to problems, and they're going to use Bernie, whether he's responsible for it or not. He's going to be the scapegoat. And he's not going to be real popular. He'll probably be viewed just like somebody inside for child pornography or child molestation.
What about,
I see Bernie being an outcast.
Larry, though, what about somebody like, you know, a Martha Stewart or lawyers we've seen, they've been convicted and go in there and they end up being an advocate for the inmates in there?
Yeah, but they didn't steal $50 billion plus and possibly directly affect the fact their families lost their jobs, lost their retirement, lost their homes. It's entirely different.
Let's talk about, Larry, where he may go, what type of security level. You know, there are thoughts that he may go to Otisville, New York, which is a correctional facility north of New York City, and also maybe to a low-security facility at Fort Dix.
Okay, let's start at the bottom. The Club Fed is dead to begin with. He's not going to go to a minimum. I don't see him going to a low security. That's an FCI, Federal Correctional Institute. Most likely he will go to Otisville. It is a medium facility. It is cell living at Otisville, and it's based on the fact that Bernie's sentence is going to be so long. Most people work their way down in custody to lower levels.
Yeah.
It could take Bernie potentially 20 years to work his way down.
Larry, I'm going to have to leave it there because we're out of time. Larry Levine, thanks for your time.